Welcome to another junk review. In this one, I'm going to anally rate Final Fantasy XII because I just got done playing it and it's a piece of shit.
Sorry.
No, wait, it's not a piece of shit. How can it be a piece of shit? It's Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy. Fuck you guys. Well, I have come to check out some junk.
Holy shit, Fall fucking Fantasy.
Report on whether I like it to you. And I don't know much about making a film. I'm gonna try, but try as I might, I'm doomed. So, I'm not really a big Final Fantasy guy anymore. Just basically we have all these games over here at the house, so I picked up 12. I haven't really played a Final Fantasy game since 8. Like I played 7 and 8 and 6, and like whatever. Like I was really fond of the Super Nintendo ones, and 7 was really cool. So my roommate told me to try 12, so I tried it.
As usual, any connection to the other games in the series is purely thematic and topical. No explicit relationship between the universes or story arcs. Basically just cashing in on the brand name at this point. It certainly worked on me. That's my guy. 130 hours in 2 weeks. You'd think I disappeared off the face of the fucking earth. At first, maybe that doesn't seem like that much, but let's just stop and think about what else you could do with that time. You could drive from Anchorage, Alaska to Mexico City and back without exceeding the speed limit. You could watch every single episode of Seinfeld twice. You could read a dictionary cover to cover. Or, and here's the thing, you could do something productive with your time. Yeah, like doing an outdated, uninformative video game review for a website that gets 18 views a month. Oh yeah, gods, look at these characters. There's just something not right about the way these guys move and talk. They look like haunted wax museum figures. No wonder the voice actors sound so confused.
What's that mean? How are we supposed to get through that? Making an appearance? Come on, we're talking over here.
I guess it doesn't help that the dialogue is angular and the plot is impossible. You know, at least back when they were under-rendered pixelated icons, you could use your imagination. Here, Square Enix has done the work for us, and I wish they hadn't. I don't like these characters. They have petty needs, they're indecisive, they moan and breathe loudly at inappropriate times. I don't want them to survive. I don't want them to level up or succeed. I want nothing to do with these people except to make them suffer and die or run around in circles for all eternity. Every second I spend staring at these blocky, stiff motion failures, those hollow insectoid eyes just cement themselves deeper into my nightmares.
So I'm a character with no soul running around doing nothing for no reason. This is gameplay.
The open battle system and gambits were very cool. You don't have to enter a new environment for battle, so there's no loading time or sense of parallel reality confusion. Each party member begins with a characteristic weapon and a preference for, say, magic versus melee. You know what? None of that matters. Ultimately, everyone can use the same weapons, spells, and techniques. Each character technically has some microscopic advantage or handicap, but it's never going to come down to the wire like that, so for all intents and purposes, these guys are interchangeable. In fact, they are literally interchangeable. Even during combat, so if your party dies, you just trade them out at one at a time and revive them. Then you switch back, and the whole time you feel like a cheat because the actual gameplay mechanic is a cheap trick. There's no consequences to being killed. How fun is that? Most of the time you won't be killed. In fact, you won't even be hurt. You can pulverize anything in your way with the simple repetition of melee attacks. If you can't, it's a pretty good indication you're going the wrong way. Some of the only fun I had playing this game was deliberately getting lost and fighting considerably higher level monsters than I should have been.
And that's the problem here. There's a complete imbalance in the difficulty level of this game. It's either so fucking obvious that what am I doing, or it's like you have to use a walkthrough to understand what's going on. There's nothing that's just like normal difficulty that you'd expect in a video game. It's either way too hard or moronically easy.
I mean, there's definitely difficult side quests, but it's not like difficult in that it requires skills. It's just like an easy boss that they gave 1 billion hit points for no reason. Or it's like This guy immediately kills everyone on the screen at random times. So if you don't have a walkthrough, you don't know that you have to equip some item that inexplicably defends against it. As far as summon abilities, the mist powers, well, there were two. The summon spell was useless, and the quickening was overkill. Way too powerful and cheap. If you use it, you're gonna miss out on a boss fight. Oh, wait a minute, the quickening? What am I, Duncan MacLeod? Well, I didn't know what it was there, and I sure don't know what it is here. What am I supposed to do? There's some weird lottery, and you control it by rapidly pressing buttons. You eventually figure out what you're doing, but it doesn't even matter. Just crunch random buttons and you'll do an unfair amount of damage. No part of the game lies between those extremes. I was never scraping together money to buy a much-needed weapon, armor, or license.
Yeah, you heard me. You have to buy a license. Like you're fishing.
Sire, I've just received word that Bosch and party have risen again to overthrow the Empire.
'Tis of no concern to me.
Is it not the crime of treason to conspire to slay the Emperor and usurp the throne?
Unfortunately, nay. Our only hope is that they shall use their deadly weapons of assassination and mass murder against us without a license. Then we shall issue citations. Perhaps then they will think twice about running amok, laying waste to every man, creature, and spirit in their path.
Well then, could we at least pin them for the slaughter of literally thousands of animals?
Animals, nay. They are but monsters. Good riddance to them, I say.
Monsters, you say?
Yes. Terrible abominations like cactuses, wolves, owls.
Fucking owls? Aren't they endangered?
Nay, nay, nay. Now, where was I? Oh yes, dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs? My liege, if dinosaurs aren't an endangered species, I'm Lenny goddamn Bruce, and I have no idea who that is!
I mean, I didn't have a big problem with the license thing. It's kind of cool to be able to see all the stuff you can collect, and there's a sense of accomplishment when you finally acquire the equipment you got a license for. Anything where they're putting these sorts of lists into the game so I don't have to use the internet is definitely helpful.
Wait a minute.
What the fuck is that?
Whale whisker? What is the whale whisker? Is it like the whisker from his face? Or is it like a whisker like I'm gonna beat eggs with it? I don't know. I want to know. I want that spear. I've got to have that. This is the most mystically awesome weapon, I'm thinking. So how do I get it?
It doesn't tell anywhere in the game. That's how they get you. So I go on the internet.
This internet stuff is driving me crazy. Listen to my grandson cry.
So here's what you do. Walk for a half hour to get to the iron golems. Kill them about 50 times. Each time, you have to zone out 2 screens for them to respawn, and as you know, that means 4 separate screen loads and a whole lot of walking. The thing is, you can't just run around killing haphazardly because this game uses what's called the chain system. That is, the more you kill of a single enemy, the more likely a rare drop becomes. So if you kill one other enemy, or you save or walk too far, the chain is broken, and you have to start all over again. Killing only one enemy over and over, totally.
Like, doing the same thing over and over again is usually really fun.
So about 2 hours and I've gotten the loot. 3 chunks of mithril. Boy, that was a workout, huh? Well, I haven't even started yet because now I gotta go get 3 Gemini stones and some corpse flies. Why corpse flies? Can't I just use any old flies? Why do they have to come from a fucking corpse? Needless to say, by the time I acquired these loot items, I was pretty much over the whole thing. It's a simple matter of chained loot crunching and reading off a sheet. No skill, just time. What am I, baking a cake? I want to play a goddamn video game, not follow a list of instructions. That's not fun, but if you really want a whale whisker, that's how it's gotta be. So here's the whale whisker. Here it is. It's just a spear. Not so great. Doesn't even look neat. Definitely doesn't look like a fucking whale whisker.
They like you very much, but they are not the hell your whales.
And the best part, by the point in the game where I have the capacity to get it, it's practically worthless anyway.
It's a Pyrrhic victory. It's basically just something that didn't need to be in the game. But if they took everything out of this game that didn't need to be in the game, you might as well just go buy an empty box with Final Fantasy logos on it, throw it in the garbage, and take a shit.
Fools, you face the mightiest swordsman in all Evil East. You face me, Gilgamesh!
There are so many weapons and items and rare things in the game, but really, you can't get any of them until the game is functionally over. It's like, oh, you want the dragon whisker? Well, first you gotta get the Perseus bow, and in order to do that, you have to get 55 golem pellets by killing 370 specters. By the time you figure it all out, you have nothing to celebrate.
Still don't believe this game is unbalanced? Look at this. This is the hardest boss in the game. Sort of an ultimate challenge side quest. Was it a challenge? Of course not. It just took a long time. I don't mean it took a long time to figure out. I mean it was a simple, very basic strategy, and you have to sit here for like 7 hours in order to implement it. I'm not just trying to be cute. This is exactly how you do this. Of course, before I even went to fight this guy, I had to level up. How? Well, use a simple and obvious but extremely time-consuming level crunch cheat. So here I am, curing bats.
I'm curing bats.
The idea being that vampire bats are undead, and reviving the undead effectively kills them.
The undead! Undead!
It's amazing at first, but oh brother, it gets old. I'm curing some bats here. Put them to sleep, cure them again. Just like everything else in this game. I did this for about 3 hours, and finally, I couldn't take it anymore. This fight with the T-Hazard Mat took me literally like 7 fucking hours, because he had 50 million HP and the maximum damage you can consistently do is 10,000. That's a lot of fish. What do you get? The final ingredient for a sword.
A sword? I just killed the hardest guy in the world. What the fuck am I gonna do with a sword? You know it's useless. That's like taking a can opener to open a can to reach inside and get out a can opener. That's like a solar powered flashlight. That's how stupid that is. That's like, if we're just gonna be crazy, let's use an umbrella in the shower if we're gonna act all crazy. And what kind of sense? Why? Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I've accomplished nothing. One big fool's errand. The side quests are even worse than the game itself. Some of them, such as acquiring the Turnasol, you've already failed at without even knowing how. If you're doing this stuff, it's just to get your rocks off. At this point, you're basically just desperate to find some sort of appeal in all this. I mean, the real problem with this game is that you're never where you want to be. There's just so much running back and forth, collecting stuff, running back and forth, waiting for something to appear, running back and forth, exchanging hits, and it goes on for fucking ever.
I'm just sitting here struggling to remember, what is the appeal of all this? This one, I just don't, I'm not feeling anything out of it. It's just like, it's like running errands. It's like a chore. I'm getting more bored playing this game than I would be like sitting doing nothing. I'd love to do that. There's nothing, it's an addiction. You're just going back trying to get some sort of fix off of it, and you never get it. You just want it, and you go like, oh yeah, like if I just keep playing, there will be some cool boss, or there will be like, the ending will be cool. No, oh brother, no. There's nothing in this game that's cool. The coolest shit is walking out and fighting the T-Rex and getting your ass kicked at the very beginning. Just turn it off, go home. The end. Nothing more to see here. That's what I'm telling you. You're gonna do what I did. You're gonna try and play this game. You're gonna try to keep playing it, and you're gonna throw away 2 weeks of your life.
Final Fantasy XII is not the best in the series. It might not even be in the top 13 best. Many fans will agree 6 was the best 2D Final Fantasy, 7 was the best 3D one. And any direction you go from there, it gets shittier. Take note, the mid-90s, that's the point in history when better technology stopped making games better and started making them shittier. Just look at what's happening here. My characters just keep dying again and again. They get resurrected, maybe get a hit in, and then die again. Run in, get killed, get revived, hit the boss, get killed. This is hell. I really can't imagine anything more dreadful than this.
Is that depressing enough for you? Well, I'll tell you, it only gets worse when you consider that there are people out there who will just, because it's part of this Final Fantasy brand, they will get a walkthrough and they will collect 99 of every rare item. They will play through the entire game without leveling up. This is a game for people who hate themselves. This is a game for people who fucking want to die and escape this world through unimaginable pain. You might as well get the Lament configuration and summon the Hellraiser. That's the kind of people who are like into this game. Me, I like to have fun. So I'm going to have to say, Final Fantasy XII, fuck this game. Fuck Square Enix, fuck the franchise, fuck the fan base, you're cool, and fuck you.